the questions are on your agenda. We're just going to make them briefer, so we don't have to run through all of them. So, workforce development. Mr. Benton, will you work with Albuquerque Interfaith to establish a workforce development intermediary? Yes or no?
Yes.
Will you work to obtain an accounting of the actual spending of the quarter cent for safety fund since its inception? Yes or no?
Yes.
And will you work to implement the quarter cent for public safety citizens advisory council? Yes or no?
Yes.
And will you work to obtain an independent management review of the transit system's employee discipline system? Yes or no?
Yes, I will.
Will you work with Albuquerque Interfaith to improve the bus route serving working families? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
And you have 2 minutes to expand on your answer, sir.
Yes, I have a younger brother. I guess he's not really my younger brother. I was a big brother for quite a few years, and my little brother has grown up, and he's had some tough times. He is now going to CNN to get his electrician's license, but he's a single father, and he doesn't have a license. So it really, I think of him when I think of a lot of the issues that you mentioned today. I was the chair of the 21st Century Transportation Task Force at the City of Albuquerque. That task force recommended, and I strongly recommend that you vote for the renewal of the quarter cent transportation infrastructure tax. That tax, as Sanchez said, is critical to future improved bus service. If it fails, our bus system revenue will go down. If it passes, it will actually increase considerably above what it generates today. So that is very, very important. The other thing the task force recommended is that we build complete streets, not streets just for cars, not streets just for trucks, but streets for people who need transit, people who have disabilities. I spoke to a blind couple yesterday and told them how important that tax is going to be, but it's not just getting the money. We've got to have policies and plans in place to make our streets work for everybody, every taxpayer, no matter whether they're a bicyclist or using a car or using transit. So that is very, very important. I did support the bus drivers, and I think as a result of that, ASME has endorsed my candidacy. I think it's a very, very tough job, especially in some of our tougher districts, to drive a bus, and that is a very difficult job. Last but not least, quarter cent for public safety. I was the sponsor of the bill to take a new look at that tax, and I strongly believe we must do so. Department of Family and Community Services and the AFD, the fire department in particular, are two areas that really need to be looked at. Thank you very much.
Mr. Armijo? Yes, please. Thank you. Will you work with Albuquerque Interfaith to establish a workforce development intermediary? Yes or no?
It's always been one of my top priorities.
We'll take that as a yes. Quarter cent for public safety. Will you obtain an accounting of the actual spending of the quarter cent for public safety since its inception? Yes or no?
It's about time we do it, definitely.
Yes. Or will you work to implement the quarter cent for public safety citizens advisory council? Yes or no? Yes. Or will you work to obtain an independent management review of transit department's employee discipline system? Will you? Yes or no?
Yes, for sure.
And will you work with Albuquerque Interfaith to improve the bus route serving working families? Yes or no?
Okay.
Yes. And you have 2 minutes to amplify on your answer.
Microphones keep going down.
I don't know if they're coming out.
All right. Primero quiero darle las gracias a todos ustedes por venir aquí hoy. Es un placer estar aquí con ustedes. Me da mucho gusto ver tanta gente que están y vienen un domingo en su tiempo para ver y escuchar a nosotros aquí que estamos corriendo por la cocina. My name is Armijo. I've been around a long time. I served on the Albuquerque City Council for 12 years. I'm in my 7th year as a Bernalillo County Commissioner. I was a teacher at Albuquerque High School for over 23 years. retired from APS after 33 years, almost 2 years ago. I live here, I've lived in this community for 20-some years, live down here on 57th Street, just a block and a half away, live not too far away now, doing that. Some of the things that, why I'm running for city council is I'm wondering why the last 4 years some of these things haven't happened. We have to have these kind of forums. You know, the first question here about job development, that's what I've been about. I'm about working with and for people. How do we get jobs for our community? How do we get paid jobs for our community? Not just the custodial jobs, not just the ones that are driving the vans to the workforce and things like that, but management jobs and other working jobs as well. The quarter cent for public safety, definitely. Why don't we have an accountability system already? Why isn't there? That's what I'm saying. I was in the teachers union when I was a teacher, and I was what we call the bed rep of my school. I represented our school, our teachers at the union meeting. So definitely we need help, all of our transit workers. A trolley is nice, but my concern has always been about the transit dependent, people who need the bus to get to work and home. And please not let up the 5 years. I thank you.